Hello everyone and welcome to Credit Finance, a new $2,000 fourth federal level stimulus check to go out to everybody in the nation in 2023. So guys, I bring you an update regarding stimulus update. Will slowing inflation take stimulus aid off the table for 2023? And of course, all the information is available in this video as well. So make sure you guys stay until the end of this video. Now before we get started, if you are interested in the latest news regarding stimulus, child tax credit, SNAP PEBT and everything in between, so make sure you hit that like and subscribe button down below. So let's start with the stimulus update. This is a form from the Committee for a Federal Responsible Budget and this is the COVID money tracker where they track all the funds that went out for the pandemic. I will link this is in the description below for you as well, and you see here the orange bar. Legislative action $6 trillion was set aside to go out to help out with stimulus provision. Of that, 5.5 trillion has been distributed, which means there literally in $500 billion left over just sitting there that could be used, and this is still enough to send out a $2,000 fourth federal level stimulus check to everybody in the nation. So even a Congress can't agree on legislation for new spending and Congress hold the power for the pursuit. The president could use executive actions to relocate existing fund, not new fund just sitting there to go out in some form to help out with the pandemic. And we have actually seen this before with former President Donald Trump, who did the IWA program to enhance and boost and extended out those unemployment benefits during the pandemic. So it's been done before, it can be done again, but it must be done in the correct way. So there is no legal issue like we are currently seeing right now with a student loan debit forgiveness that was done by executive action by the president, which is currently being challenged, but this is possibility and just wanted to let you know there still is funding available now. This article that just came out say will slowing inflation take stimulus aid off the table for 2023. Now, according to the article, that inflation was a major problem for consumer in 2022 in June of that year. The Consumer Price Index for the CPI data, which measures changes in the cost of consumer goods, rose 9.1% on an annual level. But thankfully, the pace of inflation has slowed steadily since then, and in December of 2022. The CPI came in at just 6.5%. Now that's still a pretty high rating on historical basis, but it's considerable lower than 9.1%. Now clearly cooling inflation is a good thing if it's cost less for people to function and cover basic living cost. They're apt to start struggling less and racking up less credit card debit, but will easing inflation take stimulus check off the table of 2023? Inflation has not all the relevant. It's a good misconception that inflation is what did tax whether stimulus check hit Americans' bank account or not. Rather, stimulus aid hinges on the state of the economy, namely unemployment and consumer spending. Now, when jobless levels are high and consumer spending start to decline, lawmakers can use stimulus check as a way to pump money into the economy to give it a little bit of a lift. That's it's needed when unemployment levels are low and consumer spending holds steady. There's generally no need for stimulus checks. Why would there be? That's why cooling inflation levels would not necessarily take stimulus aid off the table for 2023. But to be clear, inflation has little to do with stimulus check, so whether it's high or low is almost irrelevant. That said, the fact the inflation is easing is definitely good news for consumer. Case in point, an item purchased in 2020 for $40 would have costed more than $45 in 2022 based on inflation, and that is a massive jump. It's too soon to apply similar numbers to 2023 because, well, we have just started off the year and we don't have a fresh inflation data information. Just quit. Yet January's data, for example, would not came out until February, but either way, slowing inflation is a good thing, and anymore who's bummed out about not getting the stimulus check could realize that relief for soaring level cost might go a lot further than a one-time payday. So our 2023 stimulus check definitely a non-go. Not necessarily, that's always a possibility of recession, and we are hearing that this is become more and more likely, and I will let you know here on the channel several times that if we hit a recession, then they are saying we are very likely going to be getting another stimulus check. Something that nobody wants through is a recession. Financial experts have been warning for one for month now, so we can't write off the idea of economic condition rising to a notable degree. Now in that case, a stimulus check could come out into play if jobless levels begin to skyrocket, but that's obviously not something any should want. The said cooling inflation may be a sign that we are going to be able to avoid a recession. If the pace of inflation continues to slow, the Federal Reserve might pump the brakes on its aggressive interest rate hikes that could make it so consumers are not forced to slash their spending drastically, and if spending holds steady, and we can probably avoid an economic slowdown. So all told, easing inflation is very good thing, even if it doesn't lead to specific sum of money in individual banks account. And that's all the updates that I have for today. Remember to turn on your notification button to know when I have uploaded a new video. See you guys next time.